date the rate, marry the home. It's Jennie Wolek with the Wolek Group, Keller Realty, and I am so excited to talk with one of our favorite lender partners, Chris Padley with Gateway Mortgage. Chris, you are always in the know and always such a great partner with us in helping our clients through this buying process. And there's been quite a few changes going on. So why don't you just share with everyone who you are, where you are, what you do, and what in the world is going in the world of mortgages right now?
Hey, Jenny, thanks for having me. And this year has been crazy. I'm, like she said, Chris Padley, Gateway Mortgage. I'm headquartered here in Jinx, Oklahoma, and been in the mortgage business 20 years now. So it's everybody knows it's been a crazy and volatile year, and we're not through it all yet. But there's definitely still a lot of opportunity out there for people who want to buy, the perfect house for them.
So Chris, we get to hear it from our clients, and I know you do too. You're really great at staying in touch with your past clients like we are. And so we get to hear some feedback of what's going on and what they might be a little nervous about in this new world with a little bit higher interest rate than we've seen. And so what are the conversations you're having with folks who might be on the fence about, is now the time or should I wait and see what happens? What are you saying?
Well, I think it really comes down to the house decision. Like, people who are buying homes want this house. Either they're in a situation where they need to, or the house that they've been dreaming of is on the market and it's time to pounce. And so then it just becomes a conversation of where rates are today, knowing that the rates are going to eventually settle down. So the conversations I'm having, and I've been having all year, is, does your budget allow for this current payment based off of this current rate, knowing that in the next, let's say 18 months, 2 years, I think on the high end, there's going to be an opportunity for this market to settle down, rates get back down to a more normal level, and us to refinance you. And since at Gateway, you make your payment to Gateway, I get to track your loan throughout its history. I'm tracking all my clients along with the market. And so when there's an opportunity to refinance and save, obviously a lot of money based off of where rates have been this year, I'm going to be proactively reaching out and running numbers for you and getting your input on that. A quick breakdown of kind of how we got into this situation is, during COVID, we had abnormally low interest rates, and those were artificially created to stimulate the economy in a depressed environment. And it worked, at least for the housing sector, which is a big part of the overall economy. So those, 2%, 3%, 3.5% rates, those were not normal. I had not seen rates that low in my 20 years. That was artificially created. Well, we're now on the opposite side of that. We are in artificially created high rates in order to get inflation under control before it runs away and does a lot more damage than it's done. So somewhere in between there is normal. In my opinion, it's somewhere around 5%, in between the abnormally high and the abnormally low rates. And so when we get to that more normal level, which we will get back to that's when it's going to be an opportunity to refinance. So again, go back to the conversation of just having, can you afford this right now because you want this house? And if so, no, I've got your back and we're going to be able to refinance.
Yeah, it's not scary. When I first bought my first home back in a really long time ago, my interest rate was 7.5%, and I was just fine because it fit my needs and the location and was still better than paying rent. My second home was 8.25, and I was still just fine with it, and everything is going to be okay. A lot of realtors are making the quip, date the rate, marry the home. And I think you're kind of alluding to that, is if the home fits your family needs, your life event situations, go for it. There's nothing to be afraid of if you're able to make sure that it fits inside of your budget.